So when it comes to taxation and municipal government in Colorado, I just want to have some thoughts here from this Jason Stillwell's paper. Here at the top he says that there are 4 taxes which shares revenues. The state shares specific revenues with municipal governments with these 4 taxes. Highway users tax, the motor fuel tax, the cigarette tax, flat per pack tax, conservation trust, the lottery funds, and then motor vehicle registration fees. So those are, 4 taxes that the state and the local government share. Highway users tax, cigarette tax, and conservation trust. The lottery funds, motor fuel tax, flat per pack tax of cigarettes, and motor vehicle registration fees. And then they say out of all those, only cigarette tax is not earmarked for a specific use. So, let's see here, what else we got? When you go down, it talks about the different revenue sources that governments are allowed to institute. But I want to mention just the specific taxes. There's some numbers here about sales tax versus property tax. And then that'll be it for that. But there's here's all the different ways they can expand their revenue generating capacity. So they can have selective sales taxes. The way cities can raise taxes, home rule charters can include tax levies precluded under the Colorado revised statutes, such as sales tax on car rentals, restaurant meals, admissions to events, and lodging, also referred to herein as accommodations. So they're saying home rule charters has the authority from Colorado CRS on car rentals, restaurant meals, admission to events, and lodging. And then specifically, the Colorado Constitution provides the home rule charter to include occupational excise taxes, sales and use taxes, admissions, taxes, a transportation utility fee, and an authority to issue revenue bonds, which is loans, but disallows income taxation. Further, a home rule municipality can compel the state to collect municipal taxes. So the city has to collect their own taxes, and then a university to collect a municipal admission tax. These things don't have to happen. So a university does not have to collect a municipal tax except for football and other events that are not related to the educational process. So if there's a educational thing at the community college, that's free, but football and non-educational things can be taxed by the city. I'm not sure if they tax football, the proceeds for football or not. But those are all the different taxes. Excise taxes, occupational excise taxes, admissions taxes, transportation, utility fee, an authority to issue revenue bonds, but no income taxation, and you can't tax educational things. Now here, the numbers with the property taxes versus sales tax. There are 2 numbers that I noticed that jumped out at me. Here it's saying that we are getting a lot of our property taxes is a lot lower than what they used to be. Now they're 95, so this is 20 years ago, so this is actually an old paper, but 17.6% of the tax revenue was property tax in 95, when in 72 it was 36, so it dropped, right, substantially, almost in half. So most municipalities don't get the majority, the bulk of their revenue from property taxes. They get it from sales taxes. See, 17. So that's still 20% though. A large chunk of it comes from property taxes. But then it's saying here, in the recent years, general sales tax has become a major source for revenue. In 90, it comprised of 67% of Colorado municipal tax, compared with only 28% nationwide. And then 97, there are 204 municipalities levying the local sales tax, representing 76% of all incorporated municipalities. And then the average sales tax is 2.66%, and that accounts for 70% of municipal tax revenue. This compares to 16% from property taxes and 14% from other taxes. So that's the numbers right now, right? That's general numbers for cities across the board. But I would believe that Pueblo City is consistent with across the board. So in general, my guess would be Pueblo City takes 76% of their taxes, or no, 70%. 2.66% accounts for 70% of the taxes come from sales tax. 70% does, 16 from property taxes, 14 from other, probably intergovernmental funds, state and federal funds. So 70% of municipal tax revenue. That's for sales tax. Most of the sales tax, most of the revenue and money comes from sales tax. All we get is a sales tax. And if all we get is a sales tax and it goes from 2.66%, we got, what, three tax measures on the ballot right now. One of them wants to raise a quarter of a cent, the other one a half a cent, the other one 0.45 of a cent. So they're going to try to raise it up 1%. But the sales tax, average is 2.66%. So if they raise it 1% to pay for the jail, then we won't have enough money for the treatment center. So we're focusing all that money on the jail. They already got all their developers in line. The treatment center is the direction that the city should be headed towards, a treatment center, not another fucking jail. Anyways, the taxes is 70% sales tax, 16% property taxes. So I just thought it was interesting. 70%. I mean, it's pretty much all sales tax, isn't it? And property tax is still substantial revenue stream, but it's a lot less than what it used to be. 16%. So still the number two source of income for municipalities. So 70% for sales tax, 16% from property taxes.